Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Beginnings. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today, I'm playing Annette for you guys. As always, Arcana and build are at the beginning of the video, so if you need to take a look at those, go ahead and pause. As you can see, we are supporting a Wisp jungle and Maganga mid. You'd think this game was going to be pretty troll, but just watch. You'll see how troll it is. Normally I would start on the opposite side of the jungler as usual, but this game they do have a Grak, so I want to watch to make sure that the enemy Grak doesn't pull my jungler's buff or my jungler. Their Darkslayer laner, I think, that Batman, rotates up a level 1 for some reason, and I guess just wants to poke out the Maganga a little bit. We get some really nice damage onto the enemy Grak, and we have a lot of pressure mid. Maganga is actually kind of a hard counter to Tool in early game. So we go for the red buff. This is an extremely risky play, and normally I would not recommend doing this, but as you can see, KZFox does secure the red buff. Surprisingly, with his poison, just managed to get that last tick, I guess. Morin is trying to do the small camp, but I'm gonna steal it away. I'm not quite level 2 yet, so I can't win cuff him on it. But as you can see, I walk towards mid just to kind of extend this skirmish a little bit, so I can win cuff him and get some damage off. Anything to slow the enemy jungles clear. As you can see, our jungler is already on bot side. He has already ganked. Is already ganking, and the enemy Morin is still fiddling around with jungle camps. He is not going to be 4 because we did steal his red buff. We get a really nice gank bot that's going to put our Tara ahead and secure a sentinel for us. That's not going to be contested whatsoever because we know Morin was topside. I guess 4 people just show up mid to mess with KZFox here. That is really unfortunate for him. I did try to help, but then I was like, well, this is a lost cause. So I just went and pulled Dragon because they have priority over this side of the map right now, just because our mid laner died. You see Grak misses a hook on me. You'll see that a few times this game. He wasn't a very good Grak, but he does land, I think, 1 or 2. I try to pull the Dragon but fail, so I try again. Our jungler is farming up pretty well. Our mid is dominant. We land a nice win cuff on this Tulin and throw our little vortex a little bit behind to secure the kill. Morin thinks he's going to do something fancy, but instead dies. Unfortunate for him. Here, you'll see I get hooked under tower, and I could have outplayed this, but I panicked, and I tapped my ult instead of aiming it behind him. And I also wasted my win cuff. That could have been a kill if I played it better. Shame on me, really. So we push out mid, get a little bit of damage on the tower, and I believe we're going to go for Dragon here soon. Grak hooks the Wisp, but it was a bad idea for him because he takes a ton of damage. Morin's red does come up, so we're going to go contest that instead of going to Dragon. I missed my win cuff, which is unfortunate, and I tried to flicker away from this fight, but it's too late. Tulin has already latched his ult onto me. Errol does a really good job of killing the Morin and the Tulin, and our Maganga and Wisp kill the enemy Superman. Overall, definitely a worthy trade. My team does secure Dragon. I'm respawning now, so I'm just going to go ahead and run down mid because this game is very mid-centric, as you might have noticed. There's almost always 4 people mid in one form or another. This game is kind of crazy. Batman is, I don't know, doing Batman things, so I'm just gonna poke him so he gets to lane slower. We saw that he had Hermes boots. Our jungler is clearing topside, and I see him going towards top, but then I also see our Maganga going towards their blue, and obviously I want to invade their blue more than I want to gank for the arrow. We do get the blue buff, which is crazy, and Morin dies because, I don't know, Maganga OP. We get some nice damage onto the Grak and Tulin. He does hook me, but it doesn't succeed in doing anything. We had wave under tower. I do see the Batman ult on me, so we're kind of backing off. I look down to the Wisp just to make sure that Batman isn't going to kill our beloved ADC. Rack hooks me under tower once again, but again doesn't really achieve much. Me and Maganga have so much sustain between his between his second ability and my passive. Tulin thinks he's gonna try to stop this push, but he's not. I land a nice wind cuff and get a good amount of damage off onto the Grak and the Tulin, and Wisp does secure the Grak kill with his ultimate. That was really nice energy from us. Morin walks into all of us, and you can see Tara tanking here. She's tanking for so long, and she does live thanks to the heals from my passive and Maganga. It was pretty hype on stream. I remember us being excited about the fact that she lived. We're waiting for a midwave to come up because it was right there. Batman ults right in front of me, so I just go ahead and pop my ring. I ult to keep the Tulin in the middle of the Wisp ult as well. Batman scared off, so is Grak. Superman acts like he's gonna do something, but then backs off. Grak hooks me once again, but again doesn't achieve anything. This is insane. This fight right here shows the sustain of Maganga, Annette, and our peel and disengage. We actually managed to turn a 3v4, I believe it was. Wisp, Maganga, and me. I get a really nice wind cuff onto the Morin, but he lives with 1 HP. I was so sad watching this, even playing this and seeing him live with that sliver of health. If I had that dragon buff, I definitely would have killed him. Right now, we're just pushing in top because we have a cannon and we know that they're not really going to be able to contest. I get a nice wind cuff and I'm going to ult in, but then I see the Batman and I know that my Wisp is vulnerable, so I ult on top of the Wisp instead and I tank that battering for him. He does live, but sadly our arrow dies. It's okay, the trade was not in vain. We see that their Morin died and sure, we're not going to get this tower, but we still managed to get a trade kill while our Taro was also pressuring bot. I think this is the point where we go for a nice Darkslayer. We're unbelievably ahead at this point. I think I could be their jungler in a 1v1. I get a wind cuff onto the Grak and he's going to kill us all, but then I get a insane wind cuff onto the Grak and Tulin and we managed to turn the fight because Grak does not get his ultimate off. Morin runs away scared and Tulin is astonished by the damage that he is taking. For some reason, Errol is taking the tower even though we had no minions, but he does manage to one-shot that Morin. Batman ults in and teleports over my ultimate because his hero is broken now. But he does die as well. I'm tanking for the minion wave, as you can see. Probably not the greatest idea, especially since we weren't going to end there, and I get snatched by that Grak hook. Probably the only impactful hook he's landed this entire game. Was really unfortunate, but I don't actually know if it matters because Taro was doing Darkslayer, and we weren't going to be able to end the game there anyways. Obviously, I could have done more to play that better, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. So we're just taking a step back, we're resetting, one of us is dead. We've only managed to take the mid-high ground tower, but I think that's just because we're kind of just trolling and we're steamrolling them. I wanted so badly to get this dragon buff and I was begging my team to let me get it on voice chat, but they didn't care. They showed no mercy. And our tanks are just, destroying their backline. I get a really nice one cuff onto the Superman and Grak, but they just explode, so it doesn't really matter. We can see Morn is pushing bot, but we do have the dragon in top. My team is diving their base, but I am the responsible adult in my group, so I'm just going to go back and I'm going to get that wave. I'm going to make sure that we can push an end. Morin is very upset at this loss, or maybe he just doesn't care. So he's going to just continue to push while we end the game. This was super fun and very trolly. This was another game from Zane's stream. so again, it might look familiar, but it was just too much fun to play and to watch, so I really wanted to share it with you guys. We managed to do quite a bit of damage, but just those wind cuffs and the ultimates, it was insane. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay as much as I did. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you next time. See ya.